What is up, everybody? Today we're making chaffles. Now I'm sure there's many of you out there who are wondering what the heck is a chaffle, and to answer you directly, it is a waffle made out of cheese and an egg. And we're gonna show you how to make one. And for you who are already chaffle making champions, I'm gonna show you some different ways to take your chaffle game to the next level using some different Primal Kitchen products. So let's get to it, starting first with just a basic savory chaffle. The most basic chaffle starts with an egg. For savory waffles, I like to use cheddar cheese, and so that's what I'm gonna use here, a half cup of cheddar. And then to that, I'm going to add a tablespoon of almond flour, which will give the chaffle a bit more crunch. And then I'm also going to add a scoop of unflavored collagen peptides, which will help everything just bind together. I'm going to mix everything together using my fork. Next, I'm going to warm up my waffle maker. I'm using a Dash Express 8-inch waffle maker. So I'm going to give my waffle maker a quick spray down using some of the Primal Kitchen avocado oil spray. And then I'm going to pour my chaffle mixture in there, spread it around using my fork, and then close it. I'm going to let it cook for about 3 to 4 minutes. Check it at 3 minutes, but don't get impatient and check it too early, because then your chaffle will split apart and you'll have a huge mess on your hands. And so that's it for my basic chaffle.
I'm going to serve this to my wife to get an honest opinion on how it tastes.
You've never had a chaffle, have you?
I've never had a chaffle, so let's see how this goes.
Let's see how it tastes.
And I'm not a big cheese person.
Don't lie, does it taste like cheese?
It tastes like fried egg and cheese.
And cheese. Clearly it tastes like fried egg and cheese, which isn't a bad thing, but if you don't like the taste of cheese particularly, we're gonna show you some ways to dress up your basic chaffle. And so to add some extra flavor to our chaffle so it doesn't just taste like cheese, we're going to use some different Primal Kitchen dressings. And so the first dressed up chaffle I tried was a ranch chaffle using a couple tablespoons of Primal Kitchen ranch thrown into the mix. I cooked it the same way, and this turned out to be a huge improvement over the basic chaffle. But what turned out to be
An even bigger win, in my opinion, was the barbecue ranch dressing. I did the same thing, throwing a couple tablespoons of barbecue ranch into my chaffle mixture, and this turned out to be my personal favorite.
And so as I alluded to before, the savory variations of chaffles work really great as a bread substitute for a low carb or keto sandwich. And so I broke my 8-inch chaffle in half and put together a nice little barbecue ranch BLT, and man, it was delicious.
And the third and final dressing combination I tried was the Dreamy Italian dressing, to make what in my mind was a recreation of the Italian urban cheese bread I used to get from Subway, long before I was Primal.
I added some lettuce, tomato, turkey breasts, fresh sprouts, and there I've got a delicious lunch. I feel like the bit of veggies and lean protein thrown in there balances out the nutritional profile of the chaffle. And then to take my Italian chaffle sandwich over the top, next level, I spread on some of the new Primal Kitchen pesto mayo. So good. Now that's it for our savory chaffles. To make a sweet tasting chaffle, we're going to use mozzarella as the base cheese. I know you're thinking cheese and sweet doesn't really seem to go together, but mozzarella actually has a pretty neutral flavor profile, and so it can sort of serve as a blank slate for any kind of flavor you might want to add to it. So the first sweet chaffle we're going to make is a vanilla blueberry chaffle. We're just going to take an egg, a half cup of mozzarella, a tablespoon of almond flour, and then a heaping scoop of the vanilla Primal Fuel. And sweetness level is sort of a subjective thing, but for me, I found I needed to add a little bit more sweet, so I added an extra teaspoon of monk fruit to cover up the cheesiness. I mix that all together using my fork, and then add that to our waffle maker, spread it around with a fork, and then I'm going to add a handful of fresh blueberries, spread them out evenly, and then press it all down. I'm gonna cook this for about 3 minutes, and voila, top it with some additional blueberries and a bit of powdered monk fruit, and there you go, your vanilla blueberry chaffle. If you serve this to someone, they'd likely never even know they were eating something made out of cheese. And then for another sweet variation of chaffle, I love the combination of peanut butter and chocolate. It's currently Girl Scout cookie season, and everyone knows the best Girl Scout cookie is the tag-along, so we're going to make a tag-along chaffle. We're going to take our egg, our half cup of mozzarella, a tablespoon of almond flour, and then we're going to use a scoop of the peanut butter collagen fuel, a teaspoon of raw cacao or cocoa powder for the chocolate, and then to that we're going to add a teaspoon of monk fruit. And then I'm going to mix that all together with my fork, add it to the waffle maker, spread it around, and then on top I'm going to add some cacao nibs. Cacao nibs are great for this because they've got that chocolatey flavor, but they're not really sweet. And the chaffle is already sweet, so we don't really need any additional sweetness. And unlike chocolate chips, they won't melt, so they add some additional crunch. I'm gonna close my waffle maker and cook for about 3 minutes. Open it up, take it out using a fork, and then I'm going to top it with some natural unsweetened peanut butter. And then on top of that, I'm going to add some additional cacao nibs. And voila, the tag-along chaffle. Trust me, it tastes amazing. After a week of chaffle experimentation, I'm definitely a chaffle fan. The sweet versions are definitely something I'd make for my kids, and the savory versions are a great way to fill the sandwich void if you're following a low carb or keto diet. And as I promised earlier, if you want to pick up any of the dressings or protein powders or the new pesto mayo featured in this video, you can get 20% off by heading to primalkitchen.com and using the code HELLO20. Thank you for watching. Leave us a comment below and let us know what you think of this whole chaffle craze, what you think of this video. Did we go too far adding that pesto mayo to our chaffle sandwich? I don't know, maybe we did. Let us know, and I will see you next time.